Aye, shepherd's pie. Greetings from the Philippines. We're back. And she's got a huge smile on her face because there is nothing that Ellen enjoys more than a live stream on a Sunday. I'm not joking. I was literally, today I was thinking, do we do it? Do we not? And at 6 o'clock she woke me up this morning. She's like putting on my shirt. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm like, I don't know why we want to, Ellen. I'm happy just doing the video. So no. I want to speak to people. I want to. So anyway, that is the reason why we are doing it. You know, to keep Ellen happy because I'll just do anything for a quiet life. To be honest with you, I'm just going to adjust my camera here. Hopefully, tonight's one will go a little bit better than the other ones because I don't know what we did wrong last time. Don't know why it went off. It was fine this end. People have suggested. White Van Man said, plan it in advance and schedule it. Good advice, but trouble is, you don't know what the internet's going to be like. I didn't want to say we'll do it 7 o'clock tonight like last week because the internet was pretty shitty last week. You all right?
I'm fine.
What are we doing there? So anyway, here we are, live again, coming to you on Sunday the 21st of the 7th, all because Ellen was so excited about doing it. Aye, shepherd's pie, the dude at 22 is in the house. Very nice to see you, mate. You've made Ellen's day. She's always talking about the dude 22, aren't you? Evening, mate. Where are you? Oh, we're up to 4 now. That's good. I haven't got any adverts on tonight. I disabled those. I'm hoping that's going to keep it a nice, smooth stream. We don't want adverts to get between friends, do we? I don't know. I'm waiting for a reply there, but it only goes one way, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks for joining us, dudes.
Maybe you put a delay on it again.
I don't think I put a delay on it. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing in the world, it'd be very nice to hear from you in the old chat. I'm guessing tonight, if anyone joins us, you'll be from the UK or Australia, because I think this is probably a bit too early for our American brothers. How do I get, is this bloody camera, how do I get myself like, no matter what I do, I seem to be going more on a slut like that. It's like, so it's reverse, is it?
Yeah.
So while we are waiting for more good friends like the dude 22 to jump on, tell you what's going to happen to us today. I'm going to lean over this. That's what I need. I need to lean this way so I get that side of the camera. If anyone's, I don't think many people have seen the short, but I woke up this morning. For some reason, on the way back from the toilet, I went into the spare room, guest room, whatever it is. I looked out the window, and there's a bloody marquee that's landed in our garden. And I've got no idea where it came from, or no idea whose it is. Been round and asked the neighbours, no one knows anything about it. But like a proper, like marquee, it's like upright with the old thing sticking out. And I heard a bang early in the early hours, like something smashing about, and I wondered what it was. But it must have been the tent coming over. But that's a strange one, that is. You don't often get that. So, dude 22, got to ask you, are you a fan of The Big Lebowski? I'm guessing with the dude 22 as your title or your mantle, you must be. You haven't seen The Big Lebowski, have you?
What is that about?
It's about the dude. It was a very good film.
What genre?
It's a comedy. I tried to get Ellen to watch this about 3 or 4 months ago. And she's quite finicky about these things. If she thinks the film looks old, she doesn't want to watch it. And she watched about 2 minutes. She said, no, it's too old. I don't like the quality of the picture. I mean, how can you say that about The Big Lebowski? It is a fantastic film. Fantastic cast. Fantastic story. You had any more run-ins with the Canadian crackpot? It's amazing how I keep getting asked that question by a lot of people. It's a fair question. No, because he's either over there in Sigil, outside there in a bush somewhere with a machete waiting to jump out, or he's back in Canada. But no, I've not been over Sigil way since I left. So I will have no run-ins unless he comes here then our paths aren't going to cross. And I think it's very, very unlikely you come here. It'd be a big mistake if you did, but there you go. Hey, Glenn's there. Hi, weird start again. Glad to see you both there. How was it a weird start, Glenn? Enlighten me, brother. I don't know. What are we doing something wrong? I just go with a live stream now, and I just switch it on rather than schedule it. Maybe I should be doing it a different way. Hi, Peter B. Good evening, guys, from a very wet Laguna. Laguna. I'm assuming in the Philippines. That's where's Laguna?
Luzon, I think.
That's over in Luzon, isn't it? Yeah. I used to live in the Laguna Bay apartments in Jomtien in Jomtien near Pattaya in Thailand. What's it? I live in Jomtien near Pattaya in Thailand. What's it? I live in Project One or Project. I think it was Project One. Yeah, Project One. I lived in, but I liked it there. Nice apartments. Took 3 minutes to see me live. Well, there you go, Glenn. Don't know why that is. I'm sure the problems are our end. Most of the problems do seem to be our end. But very glad that you joined it. Peter B, yes, Calamba Laguna, just below Manila. Well, there you go. So you've got rainy season there as well, have you? Rainy season here, but it's not rained as you might class a monsoon season in India or Thailand or somewhere like that. Haven't had what's it rain? It rains for about maybe an hour, 2 hours a day. Sometimes quite heavy, sometimes stops. Didn't get any rain today, but there's not been any 2 or 3 days of constant rain, which I kind of thought rainy seasons might be like. Doesn't do the roads any favours. Our road at the front, that's starting to fall apart now. Another, I don't know, few weeks it'll be back to where it was. But if they fix it within 24 hours every time, no problem. I don't think they will. So is it raining much harder in Luzon, is it? Hopefully our good friend Jim, he's in Luzon. He'll come on and tell us about the rain later. He's not where you are, though. He's down by the coast. There we have it. So, while we're making... I tell you, it's amazing, isn't it? My heart sinks because it goes down to 2 viewers. You think, what's going on? It suddenly jumps to 5. So you're just about to say who's a 2 on it goes, and now it's gone down to 4. I've got to stop looking at that. I'm just going to talk as if there's a couple of good friends and just chat away that way. Now, the thing is, though, this is where we're going to lose the viewers. Ellen's already yawning. What it is she's going to say in a minute she needs to go to sleep and she needs to get up early in the morning. All I'll say to you is it's bullshit.
It's
true.
What
she's hoping for is she'll go in the bedroom, she'll log on the phone. There'll be lots of little messages saying, "Where's Ellen gone?" Blah, and she'll just wander in like, "Oh, I'm back. I was just getting a glass of water." She is a bit of a diva, this one. She might not look it, but she's a big time diva. Big time diva. But there you go. Right, what's this? Wow, only 4. 4 what?
5 now.
I think you're saying wow, only 4
6 now.
It's 6 now. Keep up with it, Glenn. We're a growing channel. At this rate, we'll be at 100 by Christmas. It's all the lawnmower work. Yeah, it is the lawnmower work. She's
Didn't cut it.
She's quite good at that, I must admit. She does. It's about the only bit of housework she does. She does get on the thing, and she does cut it very short. And she does a good job, and she's out there for a couple of hours. But my God, she bangs on about it for the rest of the week. Well, should you be doing this? I cut the grass. I did this. I did that.
Oh, it's the complete opposite. It's always you who does that.
Well, that's as we would say in Thailand. Let's go hot mac mac. But there we are.
Well,
so the viewers are going up. It would be nice to know who's watching and where you come from. I know Glenn, God bless him, is in the UK. But you must be planning to come back over this way at some stage, Glenn. I can't believe, I know your health issues and things, but all that travelling around the world, you must be getting itchy feet, mate. Don't believe that's all Ellen does. Well, she does.
Yeah.
Watching from Durban, South Africa. Hello, mate. Nice to meet you. Is that it?
Give that accent.
I've always thought I'd do a nice
Wait,
South
use that
African.
accent.
What? He's a South African. She always laughs at my South African accent. It's probably not very good. But from Durban, South Africa. Well, thanks for watching, Brian. I have never been to South Africa. Always wanted to. Got quite a few South African friends in the UK. But Durban, where is that? Is that north, south? My geography is terrible. Obviously, it's South Africa, but whereabouts in South Africa is it? The doc. Would you ever move to Thailand? What keeps you in the Philippines apart from your bird, of course? LOL. Yeah, it is highly possible that we might move to Thailand in the future.
No.
She'll tell you not, but you never know what the future holds. It's highly possible I will move back to Thailand, even because, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but people change with time. But yeah, I at this moment in time am quite convinced that I'll end up back in Thailand. But that's just because in my mind, I love the place. But as you get older, your health's going to go. And I'm not at all convinced by, the healthcare over here. So I've always thought I'll end up back in Thailand because of the healthcare. But the reality is, it's like anything. I said to someone the other day in the comments, you sounds like you like the Philippines, but you love Thailand. Well, I do. And if this makes any sense to anyone, I love the Philippines. No, I love Thailand. I like the Philippines. I love my life in the Philippines. You know what I mean? It's like, just because I love Thailand and the idea of living there and the life, I've built a life here. So I can think in my mind, in 10 years' time, I'll go back there because of ill health. But if I've got a family here or kids or something, you never know what's going to happen, and I wouldn't be able to leave, would I? So you just don't know. And Ellen will say now that she doesn't want to go there, and we might not be together in 10 years, or we might be, and something terrible could happen here, and she might want to go. So you just don't know. It's like, how many, if you only lived in the places that you love the most, where the hell would you go on holiday? It's like, I don't know. The acid test will be if I go back to Thailand on a holiday. Because if I went back there, and it's probably one of the reasons why I've not been back there, I might think, my God, I love this place. But it would be different this time. I wouldn't be in the same place. I'd have to start. Anyway, I don't know, mate. I'm not closing any doors to anything. But I am very happy now in the Philippines, living as I am at the moment. Ellen's not so happy. She wants to move from this place. And, she's, you know what they're like, these women. They're never happy, but there you go. Where would you live in Thailand? Prefer city life or imagine yourself in Isan? If I was to move back tomorrow, I think the trouble with moving to the village is moving to Isan and moving up the provinces. You need to have relationships there. Yeah, I could turn up in a small town and I could, because I'm losing the language. I'm losing it very quickly over here, but I think I'd pick it up quite quickly if I was immersed in it. But it would be hard to start from scratch. I've always had it in my mind. If I hadn't come here and had gone back to Thailand, I'd have gone to Pitsanulo because I like Pitsanulo. Never been there for more than a couple of nights, but it's a fair-sized city. Got a tight, small expat. It's not like an expat place, but you got things there. I think I'd go back to Pitsanulo, rent a place for a year, 6 months, a year, or whatever, and see what happens. Probably meet someone and move to their village or town. I don't know, but probably Pitsanulo. If not Pitsanulo, it would be Chiang Rai. But with what you see about the burning seasons up there now, it really is a problem. Hello from Myanmar. Hey, Hermadu, Adubra. Yaga bra. Yaga litten fulna. Yeah, good point. Where would you go on Ols? Yeah, poor Ellen's not getting to say much, is she? Well, I'll ask Ellen a question, please, because otherwise she's going to shoot off. She's pinching me.
It's been 15 minutes now. I need to go.
So we're talking about, no, you don't. Duban is a coastal city on the east coast. It has subtropical climate, so humid in the summer and not very cold in the winter. Population about 5 billion. Well, that's big, isn't it? Bloody hell. It's now winter in South Africa. Snow inland places. I did not know that. There we go. Thank you very much, Taxamika. Anders. What does your girlfriend have ambitions? What are your ambitions? Well, you've won the lottery when you met me.
Really?
Well, there's an Australian guy called Tony.
Stop it. Stop it.
Now, what are your ambitions, Adam?
Very simple. I just want to live a happy life. Have my own job, a house, a happy family.
Well, I thought she's had a happy life of her own there for a second. Well, I know of your family, they're never going to be happy.
You're so mean.
You've got a house, a wonderful boyfriend. I mean, what more can you want? Seriously, what do you want? Cy London, greetings from London, mate. How you doing? All right? Brindle lottery winner. Does Ellen stay at work or stay at home, lady?
Both.
Well, you can tell him.
Yes. I work at home and I stay at home. Yes, both.
Basically,
I work online.
She works online. She does American surveys. So she phones up people in America, asks them who they're voting for, and does all that. But you start. I'm talking for her. I shouldn't be. I mean, she can jump in and say it, but Ellen gets a bit shy sometimes. But she works in the mornings, gets up very early, talks about 6 or 7 hours, has a hard day, and then spends the rest of the day playing on her phone while I look after her. Hello, Eric. Greetings from the Philippines, mate. Never been to Utah. Would like to go one day. Salt Lake City, Utah, isn't it? Or am I making a fool of myself?
Yeah. So
Anders, I appreciate you English bloggers got tired of all the Americans. Well, I appreciate that you appreciate me. I'm not going to say anything bad about our American brothers because Brent Tripping's just said good evening and he's an American vlogger. How you doing, Brent? Nice to see you again. I'm hoping you're going to make it to the quiz on Wednesday night because there are now 15 country and Western questions out of the 50. So you've got a fair chance of winning the prize money. Hi, Brent. Star warning, LOL. Cobra in the Philippines. Howdy, Cobra in the Philippines. Where are you? Well, if you're a Cobra, you're probably somewhere ready to pounce out and bite, aren't you? Simon, me old mate, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Simon's a subscriber from Australia. He came over here a couple of months ago and we had a few cheeky beers and a few shots down the brew garden with me and my old mate, Ray. Good to hear from you, mate. Glad you're coming, Brent. Glad you're coming. There's a guy down there called, can't remember his name now, Diddy. I put the old country and Western quizzes in for you. See you 7 o'clock Wednesday. Cobra in the Philippines. I always support the English bloggers. Well, I'm guessing, Cobra, you must be from the UK, mate. Whereabouts? You're living in Subic. I've heard good things about Subic. I've heard it's quite expensive compared to like, Dumaguete and things like that. Don't know a lot about it. When I say I've heard it's expensive, first couple of months when I was thinking about where to come here, I watched loads of vlogs and they all said Subic. If I've got this right, used to be an American base and it's got really good infrastructure and that and quite good nightlife, but it's expensive compared to places like this, but worth the money. I mean, that's what I heard. It looked okay. It looked a bit commercial for me, but, I'm not knocking it, each to their own, if that suits you, mate, be interested to know. Oh, we're from Surrey, the commuter belt. There you go. Well, if you're from Surrey, mate, I'm sure you've got a lovely place in Subic. It's a very expensive place to live in the UK, Surrey is. It's where all the stockbrokers live. And there's a guy off Private Eye, he lives there, doesn't he? Can't think what his name is now, the little guy. Anyway. Originally Midlands. My kind of people. I was in Leicester for about, how long was I in Leicester for? I was in Leicester for about 14 years. So I'm fond of the Midlands. Very fond of the Midlands. Whereabouts in the Midlands, mate? To Surrey, there we go. Yeah, I've heard electricity is cheap in Subic. I have heard that. Have you heard that?
No.
It's
Why
Subic,
is that?
mate. I don't know, asking.
What's in there? Why is this the electricity is cheap?
Is it a free port as well, isn't it? Isn't there certain places that are free ports here? I think there's certain things you can do trading. Now, Subic, if you want to live in a city and you want those, I mean, people will tell me I'm talking crap. A lot of people out here will know more than I do. But the impression I got when I was watching the vlogs, if you want city life, or a bit like city life, Subic's the place to go. You know, I got the impression that Cebu City has too much traffic. Manila's too crowded, but Subic is just the right size, got fantastic infrastructure, a lot of investment because of and like cheap electricity and things. Oh, you're a Leicester lad. There you go. Baby squad, yeah? I lived in Leicester, but I've still got a couple of rental properties, a couple of houses in Leicester. Whereabouts in Leicester are you from, mate? Ellen, how much time do you spend with expats?
Do you spend time with them?
Well, apart from me, you don't really, do you?
Yeah, I don't.
To be honest now, Peter, Glenn, sorry, we don't really go out that much anymore. What we tend to do during the week is I go to the quiz on a Wednesday at, what's it called? Where?
Kingswick.
At the Kingswick. Do a music quiz there. Do a music quiz, a general knowledge quiz at a place called Sideways on a Thursday. So if anyone's trying to kill me, you know where I'll be. And we associate with expats then, but that's about it, really. We'll go out probably once or twice, just the two of us. But we go out together, you know, on a date. That's about fair, isn't it? They're probably the only 2 times a week you meet with expats.
Yeah.
It was like yesterday when I went to do the drink with Brent. I did the interview with Brent. I stopped off for a couple of drinks in the bar, and I went over to a place called the Brew Garden, had a couple of beers there with a Danish guy I know. I went home. Really don't go out much anymore, really. You know, and Ellen comes out, I say, 70% of the time, we're just doing, you know, yeah. We don't really. A few hours a week, innit? For expats. I see why she's smiling and kicking me. She's read this last message. You have a pretty girlfriend. They're lovely. You're a smooth talker. You're a smooth talker, Anders. You're a smooth talker. You notice how she was going to pull away a few minutes ago. She was going to go. Now she's sitting there. Her smile's getting bigger and she's staying.
But thank you.
We try out a reasonable amount, and what does we try to out? I guess in that go out a reasonable amount, and to Manila quite a bit. How far's Manila from you then, mate? Is it? I know it's close, but I thought it was like quite a journey. I mean, is it like? I mean, how far is it? I know you're on Luzon, but I only spent one night in Manila. 2 hours. Wow, that's interesting. So presumably you drive there and stay the night in a hotel or something, yeah? So what do you do, Anders? What do you do in Malmo? What's your occupation? Yeah, stay in a hotel. There we go. Sounds like you're living the life there, Cobra. I like your nickname. Someone was saying the other day I should change my name to Snakes after what happened in that Thailand story, but I don't know. Unless I was like a hard rock, you know, like in a rock band or something, I'd feel a bit strange saying to people, "Oh, my name's Snakes." But yeah, I think you carry off Cobra very well. Oh, we're dropping the viewers. Would you like me to juggle or do something to liven things up? I think you've got to say a bit more, Ellen. Just so you know, the plan is tonight, we're going to go for an hour, or I'm going to go for an hour. Ellen's going to disappear, but she hasn't disappeared yet. There you go. Anders is in the art business, dealing with art and antiques. Oh, that's very civilised, mate. You take me a bit surprised by that. I don't know what I thought you were going to say, but that's what a cultured man you are, Anders. And I don't say that sarcastically. The thing I love about Scandinavians is how cultured you are. You really are. Very reasonable people, Scandinavians. All the best to you guys. Cheers, Cobra, mate. If that means you're going, really appreciate having a chat with you. If you're not going, even better. But nice talking to you, mate. Stan, where is the drama? Anders Strickland, you are so funny, you Englishman. I'm not sure if that means you're being ironic or you're being serious. But we try to be. I'm glad you're still there, Cobra. When you said, yeah, when someone says all the best, you know, sometimes means they're off. You never answered my question about coming travelling, Glenn. And how's life for you, Simon, back in Oz? Are you counting the days to come back here? Because I know you're coming back in a couple of months, or are you enjoying your time with your JJ? How did you manage to live in Vegas for 6 months, and what made you pick Vegas as a location? Well, it's a long story. I used to go to Vegas a lot. When I had a security business, we used to go to Vegas. It was a bit of a money write-off. You know, we could go there. We used to go for the boxing in December because they always had. I went to first boxing match. This would be a long story now. We're trying to get first boxing match I went to in Las Vegas. After many years ago, I saw Holyfield against Lennox Lewis. But I went to see Ricky Hatton versus Mayweather, and for my birthday, because my birthday is December the 17th, and loads went for that. I think it was like 40,000 Brits. So for a period of time after that, because December is the quietest period of the year, because it in Vegas, because it becomes before New Year and that, you could always get good deep deals on the hotels and things, and they would always put on a big British fight, and they did that for a long period. So about 4 or 5 years, every December I was going there for a month. And then when I sold the business and I decided enough was enough, I thought I'm going to move to Las Vegas. So I moved to Las Vegas. Now, when I first left the Air Force, I trained as a hypnotherapist. And I had it in my mind, if I went to Vegas, I might start a business as a hypnotherapist, dealing with gambling addictions over there. But I never did anything. I'm a very lazy man. And after 12 months, I started hating the place. It's not a place to live. And then I ended up in Thailand. And that was that. But they were good times, but it's for a month it's fantastic. For 6 months, it gets incredibly repetitive. So there you go. That's my Las Vegas story. And it's changed a lot now, apparently. Apparently, it's incredibly expensive now compared to what it was. Those charges. What's
Wait.
Go on.
I don't understand properly. You need to go.
No. You need to say you. Okay. I don't think she really wants to go.
9:35.
Right. Okay. Well, you say goodbye then, and she's going to go now. I did promise her she could go. I'm going to lose all my viewers now. It's going to go down, and I'm going to be shouting after you in a minute, Ellen. Has anyone got a question for Ellen before we go? If we can keep her out here, and then I'll go back up and I'll answer some of the questions while someone's thinking of a question for Ellen. Can you get a good roast dinner with the? No. Now I know where you're going with this. Oh, sorry, Binder. Sorry, Glenn. I didn't see that. I'll have to go back up there. I do apologise, mate. I wasn't ignoring you. It's just quite hard when you got, we understand, mate, when you've got these things going on up there. If I get the green light from the doctor, I will be booking my ticket Monday week. Good, mate. Good. Well, I hope you get the green light. It'd be nice to see you again. So about 2 weeks, I'm looking at settling in a car. Car seems like my sort of place. Settling in, where's car?
In Cebu.
Okay, never heard of it. Greetings from Tampa Bay, Florida. Pure X-rated from Tampa Bay. Nice to meet you, mate. The last time I was in Tampa, you can tell me if this is true or not, I was told by a couple, when we were having some drinks, me and my wife at the time, that Tampa is the swinging capital of America. Now, I hadn't thought about that until I saw your Pure X-rated greetings from Tampa, Florida. Is that true? Is that a swinging place? And you know what I mean by swinging, and I'm not suggesting you are. It's just... yeah, as soon as you saw that, you said Tampa. I thought Green Bay Packers and swinging. Cobra, I watched the Frock v Groves #2. Yeah, that was in Wembley though, wasn't it? I tell you what, I never used to like Frock. My God, I was on Groves' side that first fight and the second fight. But since then, he's really grown on me. Glenn, trying to copy previous but not working. Oh, I think he means copy and paste previous answer. Well, don't worry, mate. I'll go up and have a look at it afterwards. I'll message you because I can work that out. Don't worry about that. I just thought you'd missed the question. You'd missed the thing. The Filipina are the diamonds of Asia. Well, no questions to you, just a bye-bye. Yeah, you could be right there, mate. Bye, Ellen. Anderson. So you expected... No, I didn't expect that at all. As I said to you in the previous ones, I lived in Sweden for a couple of years. And when I got married, we got married in Stockholm on June the 20th, so it was midsummer. And a lot of my friends came over for the stag do the night before, and we were remarking, you know, when you watch people out on the boats, they've all got their barbecue and it's the 24-hour sunlight, you know, we all came to the conclusion, well, I knew anyway, what a nice, cultured, civilised place Sweden is. You know, it really, really is. I had some very happy years there, but the weather, the winter, the sister Brillaten, you know, only being able to buy alcohol certain days a week, and there were certain reasons why it was not for me. I mean, we lived in an apartment. I'm not knocking Sweden, but you know, you've got the old committees who were deciding about the old people, and they sit there and you've got the committees for the apartments, and you had all these rules, and you get these sheets under the door that these are the new, you know, I mean, there were reasons why I could never have lasted there. I mean, but if I hadn't got divorced, maybe I would have, I don't know anyway. But no, I enjoyed my time in Sweden, element experience, like the Swedish people a lot. I'm happy in Asia, mate. But then I'm happy in Asia and I would be in England. I'm not knocking Sweden at all. Helen, how did you meet my mate Simon? How did you meet me? How did you strike gold, gorgeous?
Strike a gold, really?
Yeah.
How? Through Tinder.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Supposed to be a secret? Yeah, through Tinder, Simon.
And carry on.
What?
And what did you? We met on Tinder.
Let's see.
And we went to Casablanca for the first date. And do you know what she told me the other day? We were talking about it. What were your first impressions of me?
Alcoholic.
She thought I was an alcoholic because I had a San Miguel Light as my lunch. She was not impressed. Even though I wore trousers. I never wear trousers over here, but I wore trousers for our first date. Trying to impress. Didn't order the Red Horse. I thought I'll show her how sophisticated I am. I will order a San Miguel Light. Didn't work. She decided I was a raving alcoholic. Let's all move to Tampa. Sounds like a good idea, Cobra. Anders Strickland, are you a swinger? Well, I don't know if you're asking me or whether you're asking Cobra or you're asking the X-rated from Tampa. But I'm not, no. Yeah, you are. I see you're a Crotch fan because you came from yeah, well, he's from Nottingham, yeah, Nottingham guy. Probably one of the reasons I didn't like him to start off with because I was living in Leicester. You know what I mean? He wasn't popular there. LQP Live Questions Project. Hi Simon, did you need mosquito or any other jabs before your travels? I don't think so. I have never had any jabs before I've gone anywhere. I've never seen it. See, I've had this discussion a few times because I was talking to a doctor in. They had an outbreak of typhoid here. I think it was typhoid. They reckon a couple of months ago, or not months ago. When was that? That was about 6 months ago before I went to Cebu. And his doctor was saying, like, you know, you need to get inoculated for that. And I said to him, I don't know what I'm inoculated for. Because the thing about being in the Air Force, I was in the Air Force and I did quite a few tours overseas. And they give you these jabs. Like there's one day when you're in basic training where you walk down, they jab you with this, they jab you with that, jab you with this. I've got no idea what I was jabbed for. You know, certain things spring to mind, like scarlet fever and that stuff. But a lot of deployments I went on, I got injections and I don't know what I was injected with. And supposed to give you some card. I got my blue card, but I've got no idea. So, no. So in answer to your question, no. I've never gone to a place where, because I think some places when you really need the jab, they'll stop you at the airport and say, have you got the jab? You have to prove it or they won't let you on. I have never had a jab. I got bitten in Thailand a couple of years ago and had to have rabies jabs and things. So, I mean, I've had a few over the years, but I've never had one to travel that I can think of, apart from when I was in the Air Force. And, of course, obviously the COVID jab. I mean, I had those so I could go overseas. I had about 6 of those, I think. But never had a mosquito jab. I mean, someone said to me over in City, or the woman who owned the restaurant where we used to stay, she was saying that they had dengue fever over there. And I thought, bloody hell, I'll have to get that. And then everyone said, no, that's bullshit. No, they don't. About a week later, I met someone who'd been in hospital for 2 weeks with dengue fever. So who knows? Ellen's pinching me under the table. I don't know if she's trying to start something off because she's got excited about all these swingers comments. Or whether...
Swingers? I don't understand that.
She doesn't know what swingers means. They are people who put car keys in like a pot and swap partners. Tampa Bay is in Florida and tends to be conservative. I met my wife in South Korea. And she works as a nurse here for 26 years. I've never been a club person, but people here in Tampa are nice and friendly. Yeah, no, I like Tampa, mate. I've had a few holidays in Florida. We used to go to, I've got a friend up in Key West, or used to be in Key West, he's left now. And I used to like my scuba diving. So I used to go up the Key Largo, Key West marathon and do a bit of scuba diving, like, wreck diving, shark diving. And when we went there, we took a couple of swims, and we did, where did we do? We dived with the manatees. Isn't that Crystal Indian Rivers or something? Anyway, spent a bit of time around Florida, but it was mainly gravitating in around Key West. But we went down to Orlando a couple of times just to try Universal Studios, which was good. I've been to Universal Studios in LA, but didn't like Disney. I'm not a Disney kind of fan. And when we were there, at least twice, we went over to Tampa and had this great ice cream. Had this flattened ice cream. Anyway, to cut long story short, when we were there, we met this couple one night, and they were swingers, and they were there for some swinging convention. And I was amazed that they told us that. And my wife, she was a bit conservative. She was like, "What are they talking about?" And they were very open about it. And they said that Tampa was the swinging capital of the world, or Florida, or whatever. And they often met up there for these things. So I don't know if they were talking crap or whatever. It's just when anyone says they come from Tampa now, brain automatically thinks, swingers. Cobra, Swedish are great peoples. Yeah, they are great peeps. They are great peeps. Swedes are very genuine, very honest. And I think they're one of the few countries in Europe. Ellen, my little love, if you want to go, you can go. You can say goodbye. She keeps pulling the hairs on my leg. I'm not keeping it here.
So.
No, but you can say goodbye. You're free. You're a free person. No, you can stay and talk.
No, I need to go now.
Okay, well, go on. Good night.
Bye,
I'll be in
guys.
shortly. I think she'll be back in a minute. She won't. She can't stand long out the limelight. You swipe right, LOL. I went to the Philippines once, 25 years ago. Friendly people and beautiful beaches, but not a big fan of the food. Well, yeah, I get where you're coming from the food, but the food has grown on me recently in the sense that the trouble with the food here is it's a poor country and it's cheap. This is just my experience of it. So when you order it out in the cheaper restaurants or the street food, that is very poor quality. Since we've moved into the house here and Ellen started cooking Filipino food and we get the better cuts, from the market and all that kind of stuff and from hypermarket, I've really grown to love some of the food. You get the coconut cream and milk and things in it. Not far off Thai food, to be honest. Tonight we had a lovely meal. We had pork and mung bean casserole with water spinach with oyster sauce and an omelette and really nice food. So it's like fusion cooking here, but she comes up with most of it. But I know what you mean if you go to apart from the Port Sisig and the Bacolod Express, when I go to restaurants, I'm not too impressed with the Filipino food. But when you're cooking Filipino food with good ingredients, not bad. Not as good as Thai food, but not bad. Brian Barbage, I used to work with Swedish and Norwegian people on ships, good people. They are good people, they are honest people, they are fair, and they are reasonable people. Swedes are very reasonable, they're very considered. So are Norwegians. Got a couple of good Norwegian friends over here. And got a Danish guy I know. I like Scandinavians. I gravitate towards Scandinavians. Cobra in the Philippines, LOL, I'm not a swinger. Well, the night is young, mate, never say never. Yeah, I get it. We don't like the Nottingham peeps, but Froch is great. Hard as nails. Oh, yeah, hard man, mate. Hard man. Hard man, a 1 in a million. You don't get many Carl Froches to the pound. Cast iron jaw, wonderful boxer. Take care, good people, and take it easy with your beautiful girlfriend. See ya. Take care, Anders. Nice to speak to you again, mate. Be lucky. Hey, door. I went to a party in Surrey years ago. The host was 60 plus and she looked direct at me and talked about car keys. We made a quick exit. I've never had that happen to me, mate. Never. I must be doing something wrong, Cobra. Is Western food popular in the restaurants in the Philippines? No offense, but I do not think I would like a lot of Filipino food. I enjoy Thai food. Yeah, it's very popular over here. You know, nothing against Americans. I like Americans. I've got a few American friends over here, but they are not the most adventurous in my experience when it comes to food. So yeah, most of the restaurants here do hot dogs and hamburgers and you know, what you would call American food, if you can call a hot dog or a hamburger or a pizza American food. I mean, they're all. I mean, hot dogs are from Germany, hamburgers are from Hamburg, pizzas from Italy. But anyway, yeah, there is a lot of Western food over here, a lot of Western restaurants, and it's good quality food. You know, to be honest with you, I was saying in a video the other day, if you go to Thailand, to me, Thai food beats Filipino food, street food beats it hands down. But if you're looking for Western foods, it's better in the Philippines. You know, most restaurants in Thailand, you order a burger, a cheeseburger, or something like that. Not very good usually. Here, most places do a good burger. You know, it's a very westernised country. So if you want Western food and you don't want to struggle with the language, then I recommend the Philippines. I definitely do. I don't eat a lot of Western food, but I know a lot of people who do. Stan, PH food is fine. Problem is that most restos use shit ingredients to save money. So there you go, mate. You've just said exactly what I said. If you use good ingredients, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's good food. Cobra in the Philippines. Yeah, can get chicken wings so cheap. Get Ellen to mix and marinate them. They are banging. My girl is an amazing cook, but that's Asians in general. Well, good luck to you, mate. Good luck. I'm glad you've got a nice catch there when it comes to the food front. I will speak to Ellen about that. She likes chicken wings. Pure X-rated deleted a message. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Glenn, agree with your take on fast food. Yeah, it's lousy here, and it's lousy. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I don't mean you. I mean, it's like they've got some burger chains over here, like Angel Burgers, and there's one down the road called Max something or whatever. I've never been there, but they do like you see on the menu, you can get 2 hot dogs or 2 chili dogs for 60 pesos or 61 pesos. Never been there, but you know, I've not been there because I'm not expecting anything. But anyone who went there and complained about the quality of the food, well, you just got 2 hot dogs for 60 pesos. I mean, you've got to have a look at yourself and think, well, what do you expect for those prices? You know what I mean? It's like, there's a couple of restaurants on the boulevard, one called the Lantau, a couple of good Filipino restaurants. We're going to go there one night and try them. Because the trouble you get with the Western restaurants over here is like, there's one called Casablanca. I've been there on a few dates in the past before I met Ellen. The Western food's very good, but the Filipino food isn't very good. There don't seem to be that many high-end Filipino restaurants. Got to try one because the Lantau's a place I think we're going to try soon because, like I say, it's be good to see what a restaurant that specialises in Filipino food that isn't that cheap, what the food is like. Simon, I've been in tiny towns without even 7-Elevens, and they will have 2 hamburger hot dog shops and often a pizza place too. Yeah, I know they will, mate, but I mean, it's like when I was living in Sibulan, I'll eat anything generally, but there was a pizza place around the corner called, what was it called, Baker's Choice or something. Oh, God, we had a pizza on there. It was bloody horrible. I couldn't finish it, and I finish everything. So, I mean, it's like some of these stuff. Like, I had a couple of footlongs from the Angels place, and I couldn't eat them. I had one, but that was it. I don't know. Anyway, but, you know, it's... and I'm not a fussy eater, mate. I'm not a fussy eater. It's... but what do you expect for the price? I mean, if they're going to sell, like, 2 burgers or whatever it was for 50 pesos, they're not going to be great, are they? Thai's boss, my son, girlfriend is here in the fields. She bought lots of Thai food stuff and we will be cooking Thai now. Well done. Grow a bit of the old pad kapow in the, or kapow, holy basil in the garden, and you're laughing, mate. You can make some wonderful food with that. Pure X-rated, only if they are complete barangay girls. Barangay girls. I don't know what that's about. Because Pure X-rated deleted or retracted his comment. So I'm even more intrigued than I was before now. Because X-rated said only if they are complete barangay girls. It's got me thinking. Cobra in the Philippines. The owners of Angel Burgers are building a huge house in Olongapo. Made huge dough from that crappy burger. Well, fair play to them. Fair play to them. I was thinking a while back, I don't really want to go into business again or do anything like that, but I was thinking of opening a Krispy King franchise over in Sickhill, or a couple. I was thinking of opening 3 actually, but didn't like the way they because I think that's a good chain. I mean, the Angel Burgers is no good, but what I liked about the Krispy King was I like it. I eat there quite a bit. It's very reasonably priced, but they screw you when you try and look into the franchise. I wasn't very interested. I just made a couple of phone calls, a couple of things, just wanted to know what it was all about. But they have to pick the place. They have to choose the property. They have to set out the square foot. They lumber you in a rent. It was like the McDonald's kind of thing. Obviously, so much cheaper, but you have no control. Wasn't for me. Never thought about opening an Angel Burger. If you're going to open a chain or a franchise, I think it's important that you're actually interested, in the actual product that you sell, or you believe in it. When I say opening a Krispy Kreme, I thought about it for 5 minutes. Nothing more. I thought about a 7-Eleven when I was in Thailand, just to sort out a work visa. But I think they wanted 2 million baht at the time. It was you make no money out of them. They screw you. They nail you down. The only franchise I've seen in the last few years that I would give consideration to if I was going to invest would be Subway. The last time I looked was about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, but they were quite reasonable terms, and they offered a lot more assistance than most places do. But I never did it. I was thinking of maybe doing that in Petrobrum City, but when you've got an item which the cost of a 6-inch Subway is virtually half the day's wage of the population of the town, you've got to think, will they be able to stretch to that? But then you think, well, they've got a KFC, that seems to work. They had, I can't remember what the pizza chain over there was. But anyway, didn't do it. So there you go. Neil Michaels, you could open a jelly deal stand in Dumagetti. Well, I could, mate, but I don't think it would last very long. I cannot stand jelly deals. I cannot stand them. That jelly. If we run out of comments, I'll tell you a story about jelly deals. Oh, horrible. But yeah, I am a Cockney by birth, but I'm not a jelly deals man. I like pie and mash. Don't get me wrong, I love a bit of pie and mash, but never jelly deals or never stew deals. Although I'd rather have stew deals over jelly deals. I can eat stew deals and mash, that's not a problem, but it's that jelly. Even when you put the pepper and the vinegar on, I do not like that. How was the Indian in Sickhill? I didn't go to an Indian in Sickhill. There is not an Indian in Sickhill. I think what you're talking about, Glenn, I think you're talking about the one in Dumagetti that I went with Ellen the other week I was telling you about. It was god awful. It was awful. Wouldn't go there again. There's another one they got there called the Roti Boss. I know you're not supposed to speak badly of things. It's strange over here. When you order the Indian food, it is nothing like you expect it to be. I ordered a chicken tikka masala. I love a chicken tikka masala. I know it's not strictly an Indian dish. It's a UK version of an Indian dish or interpretation. But I love a chicken tikka masala. Both places I've been to, I've ordered a chicken tikka masala. It's been nothing like a chicken tikka masala, but it has been an all right curry, if that makes sense. So if I'd gone in there and ordered a chicken curry, and I'd have got that and thought, that's not a bad curry. But when you go in and you order a chicken tikka masala, and it tastes like that, you're disappointed. You know, a chicken tikka masala has to be marinated. It has to be cooked in cream. You know, you can't just... Anyway, no, I wasn't impressed, mate. We're not planning to go there again. Starbucks franchise, big money, but geez, big money. Yeah, never looked into Starbucks. McDonald's scared the life out of me when I saw the money they were looking for, and they were looking for liquid, 500,000 plus, liquid. Never looked at Starbucks. I wouldn't do Starbucks. I tell you what, if I was going to do a coffee franchise, it would be Costa. I got stuck in an Indian airport once. I can't remember which one it was. When I was stuck there on a long transfer, about 12, 13 hours. The flights have been delayed or whatever. And I had a Costa coffee there. And I went in there and the battery had run out of my phone. So I said to them, have you got any literature to read, or something like that, anything on the company, because I was bored. And I was knocking back the coffees. And the Costa brothers formed their first Costa coffee shop in Camden in December. I think it was my birthday, December 1971. And they'd gone from that one store, then opened another one, and they were in 65 countries. And from that point onwards, I thought, with them opening their first ever coffee shop on my birthday, in December 1971, I was hooked on Costa coffee. So if I was going to open a franchise over here, it would have to be Costa, and I would have to fly the flag. Although I think Whitbread own them now, or someone. It's not Costa. It's not the Costa brothers anymore. But my God, you know what I mean? You do well in life if you open a business, you make modicum success. But to open a coffee shop, and then to get to 66 countries or whatever it was, I mean, that's bloody impressive. Whichever way you look at it. What about booty burgers? Simon. Come on now. You could do better than that. Don't lead me down that route. Not when I'm on the rum and cokes. I don't want to lose subscribers. Pure X-rated. There are a lot of Philippines working throughout the US as nurses. Well, yes. Interesting fact about Brexit. If Glenn's still on here, my mate from the UK, Glenn, he was saying the other day he had to have a few treatments in the UK on the NHS, and he said it's full of Filipino nurses and doctors now. And I think that must be a Brexit thing. I knew they were in America, but the UK traditionally has not had many Filipino. The NHS has always our health service has always recruited staff from outside the UK because we don't have enough people to fill the positions. But traditionally, they've always been from the West Indies. They've been from Egypt for some reason. I broke my legs years ago when I was in the Air Force. I was in hospital for a few months. Well, not a few months, about a month. All the orthopaedic surgeons there were from Egypt. Never met many Filipinos. But I think now since Brexit and the laws have changed on things, a lot of Filipinos there. And good, because Filipinos always like friendly people. If I wanted a nurse and picked the nationality, I'd probably want her to be Filipino. But I know it's been like that in America for a long time because obviously you've got closer links. You know, we've got links with countries like India and that, you know, through the old, the way our countries have evolved, the empire and that. You've obviously got closer links with the Philippines and Mexico and things like that. So it's different. Cobra agrees that Subway's a good franchise. However, no Subways here in Butter. It's interesting. BK Indonesia, I am going to watch your video. I promise you, mate. It's been a hectic week, but I'm going to look your video up on... I could bullshit and say I did it, but that's not my style. This week, I'm going to watch your video on Pete's Irish Times. I'm actually going to contact Pete this week and try and get him to do an interview. Now I've got a microphone and a camera, I don't see any reason why I can't do long-distance Skype interviews like I did with him. So, BTK Indonesia, just thought about this. How about I interview you for the channel, mate? I don't know your story, but it's got to be an interesting one because you were on Pete's channel. And I'm sure we've all got interesting stories. As Mark Thornton always says, every man has a story. Brian Barbarian, Barbarian, God, this rhyme's gone to my head. Brian Barak, message deleted. Brian Barbarian, Barbarian, God, this rhyme's gone to my head. Brian Barak, message deleted. Bindabar, sorry to hear that, reference the engine. Life goes on, mate. I've had bigger disappointments than that, I'm sure we all have. Makes me think about opening an engine over here, though. Having lived in Leicester, I've got quite a lot of Indian friends over there. It wouldn't be too hard to borrow a few staff on holiday, come over here, you know, work in the kitchen for a few weeks, teach the locals how to make a good curry and that. But I won't do it. I'm a lazy man. Cobra in the Philippines. LOL.